Welcome to Context 101. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The Nicaragua Canal, once a forgotten dream, is back, emerging from the shadows of history to capture the world's attention once again. For centuries, visionaries and engineers imagined a waterway that could rival the legendary Panama Canal. But political turmoil, financial hurdles, and shifting alliances kept the project on the shelf. Now, in the 21st century, the idea has been resurrected with renewed vigor and unprecedented ambition. This time, the canal's revival comes with the full force of Chinese state-owned enterprises behind it, bringing not just capital, but also technical expertise and global influence. China's involvement signals a new era for Nicaragua, one that could transform the nation's fortunes and alter the balance of power in the region. In late 2025, Nicaragua and China announced the revival of this colossal project, aiming to carve a new path between the Atlantic and Pacific. The agreement was hailed as a historic partnership, promising jobs, investment, and a place for Nicaragua on the global stage. The Grand Interoceanic Canal is set to surpass the Panama Canal in both size and capacity, with a staggering price tag of up to $100 billion. If completed, it would become one of the largest infrastructure projects in modern history, capable of accommodating the world's biggest ships and dramatically reshaping global trade routes. But this isn't just about infrastructure, it's a bold geopolitical move, challenging U.S. influence and reshaping Central America's future. The canal is a symbol of shifting alliances and the growing competition between global superpowers. The canal promises economic transformation for Nicaragua, with hopes of lifting millions out of poverty and modernizing the country's economy. Yet, it also brings fears of environmental disaster, mass displacement, and the loss of irreplaceable ecosystems, sparking protests and fierce debate among locals and environmentalists alike. For China, it's a strategic foothold in America's backyard, a chance to expand its Belt and Road Initiative and secure vital trade routes for decades to come. For the U.S., it's a direct challenge to its traditional sphere of influence, raising concerns about security, sovereignty, and the future of the region. The world now faces a new era of competition, with trade, security, and influence at stake. The decisions made here will echo across continents, affecting economies and alliances far beyond Central America. The Nicaragua Canal's revival is a defining story of ambition, risk, and power politics, an audacious gamble that could reshape the world's economic and political landscape. Its impact will ripple far beyond the region, demanding global attention and sparking debates about the future of trade, the environment, and the balance of power in the 21st century. The dream of a Nicaraguan canal has haunted history for centuries, captivating the imaginations of explorers, empires, and entrepreneurs alike. From the earliest Spanish colonists who saw the land as a gateway between oceans, to the American tycoons who envisioned a new era of global trade, the idea has never truly faded. In the 1800s, Cornelius Vanderbilt's ambitious accessory transit company carved a route across Nicaragua, nearly making it the site of the world's first interoceanic canal. For a brief moment, Nicaragua stood at the crossroads of history, poised to reshape the map of global commerce. But political turmoil, international intrigue, and clever lobbying by Panama's backers shifted U.S. focus southward. The dream was shelved, and the world's attention turned to Panama, leaving Nicaragua's ambitions in the shadows for generations. The idea, however, refused to die. In 2013, the Nicaraguan government stunned the world by granting a 50-year concession to Chinese billionaire Wang Jing and his HKND group, promising a canal to rival Panama's and transform Nicaragua's fortunes. Yet despite grand promises and international headlines, the project quickly ran into fierce resistance. Financial doubts mounted, local protests erupted, and environmental concerns grew louder, casting a shadow over the canal's future. By 2018, HKND was defunct, its offices shuttered, and construction sites abandoned. The canal, once again, seemed doomed to remain a footnote in history, another failed vision. Yet the dream never truly died. Nationalist rhetoric, economic hopes, and the promise of prosperity kept the idea alive in the hearts of many Nicaraguans, fueling debate and speculation. Now, a new state-backed revival has emerged, a dramatic twist that has transformed a failed fantasy into a global flashpoint, drawing the attention of world powers and investors. This time, the stakes and the players are far bigger. the canal's fate is now intertwined with global trade, geopolitics, and the ambitions of powerful nations. The canal's history is a saga of ambition, failure, and relentless reinvention, a testament to the enduring allure of connecting oceans and continents. Its latest chapter is still being written, and it could change the region, and the world, forever. This time, the Nicaragua Canal is a Chinese state project, not a private gamble. Led by China Communications Construction Company, it's now a pillar of Beijing's global strategy and the Belt and Road Initiative. The canal will stretch nearly 280 kilometers, 3 times longer than Panama's, built for the world's largest ships. The $100 billion investment signals China's commitment to a new global shipping artery on its terms. Plans include massive dredging, new ports, and free trade zones, promising jobs and growth for Nicaragua. But the 50-year concession gives China control over a vital corridor, raising sovereignty concerns. Critics warn Nicaragua is trading its future for short-term gains. For China, the canal is less about profit and more about a permanent strategic presence in the Americas. The project is a bold assertion of Chinese power in a region long dominated by the U.S. Panama is watching the Nicaragua Canal revival with deep anxiety. The Panama Canal is the nation's economic lifeblood, handling 6% of global maritime trade. A larger modern rival just to the north threatens Panama's revenue and strategic relevance. In response, Panama is fast-tracking its own expansion plans and considering legal challenges. The stakes are existential. A new canal could siphon off traffic, jobs, and influence. Beyond economics, Panama fears a shift in regional power, away from its U.S. partnership, toward a new Chinese center of gravity. The competition is fierce, and the outcome could redefine Central America's role in global trade. For Panama, it's a fight to protect its future. Washington's response to the Nicaragua Canal is swift and hostile. The announcement of a Chinese-backed canal project in the heart of Central America sends shockwaves through the halls of power in the United States. For over a century, the Monroe Doctrine has served as a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy, warning outside powers to stay out of the Western Hemisphere. Now that doctrine is being put to the test in a way not seen since the Cold War. A Chinese-controlled waterway in Central America is seen as a direct threat to U.S. security and the Monroe Doctrine. The canal's location, cutting across Nicaragua, would give China unprecedented access to a region long considered America's backyard. U.S. officials worry that this project could shift the balance of power in ways that are difficult to predict. The main fear: Chinese naval access to the canal and its ports, giving Beijing a strategic foothold near the U.S. mainland. Such a presence could allow China to project military power, gather intelligence, and influence trade routes critical to the U.S. economy. The Pentagon sees the canal as a potential gateway for Chinese warships and intelligence operations. Military planners are already drawing up scenarios for how to respond if Chinese vessels begin to appear in the Caribbean or even closer to U.S. shores. Recent U.S. actions, including a major military deployment in the Caribbean, underscore a new era of assertiveness. The message is clear: the U.S. is prepared to defend its interests both diplomatically and militarily in its own hemisphere. The U.S. is likely to apply diplomatic pressure, sanctions, and increased military presence to counter the project. Behind closed doors, American diplomats are urging regional allies to oppose the canal, while economic sanctions are being considered as leverage. This is more than a trade dispute. It's a test of American resolve against China's expanding influence. The canal has become a symbol of the broader struggle for dominance between two global powers, each determined to shape the future of the region. The canal controversy is now a flashpoint in the global rivalry between two superpowers. Every move is watched, every statement analyzed, as the world wonders how far each side is willing to go. The outcome will shape the balance of power in the Western Hemisphere. Decisions made now could echo for decades, affecting alliances, trade, and security across the Americas. For the U.S., the canal is a red line. Crossing it could trigger a response that goes far beyond diplomatic protests. For China, it's a symbol of its global ambitions. The project represents Beijing's desire to be recognized as a world power capable of shaping events far from its own shores. The stakes are nothing less than the future of regional order. The choices made by both nations will determine whether the Western Hemisphere remains under U.S. influence or becomes a new arena for great power competition. The world is watching closely, aware that the outcome of this standoff could redefine international relations for years to come. The canal's path threatens Nicaragua's greatest natural treasures, cutting through Lake Nicaragua and vital ecosystems. Environmentalists warn of irreversible damage. Dredging, oil spills, and invasive species could devastate the region. Up to 120,000 people, including indigenous communities, face displacement with little compensation. Protests have erupted, echoing the fierce opposition that derailed the last canal attempt. The government's promises of jobs ring hollow to those at risk of losing everything. The project's social and environmental costs are immense, fueling a growing movement against it. The battle for Nicaragua's future is being fought in its fields and forests. The canal's greatest obstacle may be the people who refuse to be silenced. Is the Nicaragua Canal even viable? Many experts doubt it. The $100 billion price tag demands huge traffic and high tolls, an unlikely prospect with Panama as a strong competitor. Global shipping may not need two massive Central American canals, especially as trade patterns shift. The engineering challenges, dredging Lake Nicaragua, moving unprecedented volumes of earth, are daunting. Social protests and legal battles add more risk for investors. For private firms, the project would be impossible to finance. For China, the canal is a strategic asset, not just a business venture. The real payoff is geopolitical, a naval foothold, control over a choke point, and a win in the US-China rivalry. The canal's true value lies in power, not profit. The Nicaragua Canal is just one piece of China's global maritime puzzle. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China is building new sea lanes and strategic assets worldwide. The canal would give China a trade route in the Americas, free from US control. Similar projects like the proposed Kra Canal in Thailand aim to bypass choke points and secure China's shipping. Ports, railways, and bases from Pakistan to Africa form a network supporting China's economic and military reach. The Nicaragua Canal is a bold symbol of China's intent to reshape global trade and challenge US dominance. It's about more than commerce. It's about rewriting the rules of the global order. China is staking its claim as a world power, one waterway at a time. The Nicaragua Canal's revival is a turning point, raising urgent questions for the world. It pits economic hopes against environmental and human costs, and sets the stage for a US-China showdown. The canal could redraw trade routes, trigger ecological disaster, and plunge Nicaragua into debt. Its impact will be global, not just local. The world must demand transparency, accountability, and a real debate about the canal's consequences. Environmental, human rights, and security concerns can't be left to backroom deals. The future of the canal and the region depends on informed global engagement. This is a story that will shape generations. The world must do more than watch. It must act.